Hey, I'm Chris Cuomo. The winter solstice is here. You know, this time has had meaning for humans since humans began ascribing meaning to any event. And it has special meaning to me and my family and to all of us right now. To me and my family, it marks when our son Mario was born. He's 17 today, and he is absolutely the light that drives out all darkness for us. He's our own solstice. So happy birthday to Christina and my young man, but he better not be watching because he has a test tomorrow. Now, here's some food for thought for all of us, okay? I believe this moment, this solstice, marks a shift on many levels. It is the end of darkness outweighing light in our days. Christmas is now because it's when light enters the world. And I think this solstice marks our political apogee, the farthest point in our political orbit away from where we need to be on this earth. I see signs that our dark days of division to exploit everything for advantage of party is about to be exposed to the light of something better. Empty optimism. Nope. Empiricism, based on what we have seen and heard. You now see the game, and you want it to change. How do we know? The recent elections. You rejected the fringe, the daft election deniers. There was a rise of independents. It's the fastest growing part of the electorate. You're demanding better. It all indicates better, and that a new phase could be upon us. Look at the lay of the land. The Democrats have finished with Trump. Sure, they still want him to run, but the DOJ has the matter now. And the GOP is not looking to die on that hill by the reaction of Senator McConnell and others. Oh, but what about his taxes? No one will be surprised by any depth of deception by him or anyone around him. And again, either there's a charge or there isn't. But it is largely now beyond politics. We saw that anti-Semitism is never going to be okay, and that you can go too far and give attention to who and what should be kept down. And I think GOP efforts to go at Biden when they take over control of the House in another over-the-top exercise of oversight will not be met with enthusiasm by many in that party, nor by many of you. Then we have the lawsuit by the election company Dominion. It's exposed the ploy that was the bogus complaint about the last election. Not only was the election not rigged, but reporting and political attacks that promoted the trumped-up allegations were known to be false by those convincing you to consider them legitimate. How do we know? They told us. One Fox big shot admitting in court, "I did not believe it for a second. I did not believe it for a second." There you go. We know what we can show, and now we know the truth. And then came last night. For me, the coup de grace, the death blow to dark motives. We finally witnessed Congress united by a president. Right and left, in a joint session, actually joined in the defense of what is reasonable, not left or right, to protect allies, freedom, protect against the advance of darkness. Now, it wasn't one of our presidents, it was Ukraine's president that brought Congress to its feet, but it was still the right message. And it was proof that principle still matters. We are interconnected and interdependent. Zelensky said it, but that's our vibe, okay? We put that out into this world when we're at our best. We need to fight the good fight together. The enemy is real, and it is not us. And that was plain to all but those who insist on creating division, who decided to cling to the dark, and they were alone and obvious. They are the few. And they were exposed this time as that, no longer a magnified minority juiced by Twitter or an overzealous media, where the rest stay quiet. Those days are over. Those who sat were in the shadow of all who stood. And that's where they should stay. The idea that helping Ukraine must be bad because Democrats think it's good, that's as ugly as it is obvious. And it's un-American. Those who defend a despot like Putin, they're just an echo of the same as he. And that's why you hear these big shots repeating the same things the Kremlin says. What sense does it make for an American to take up for Putin? Think about it. The only sense it can make is just to cause trouble and division and to keep people angry and for no. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.